Let's talk to Clem Chambers from Investor Hub. Very good morning to you, Clem.
Good morning, Nick.
I was reading a piece of research last week. Long story short, a world famous analyst using his point and figure charts is suggesting that the Dow Jones has got an upside potential of 39,000, which is in excess of 44% from where we closed last week. Do you think this market's got that much left in it?
Well, 40,000 Dow, that was the cry in the dot-com boom. And it will hit 40,000. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. But I don't see the when coming very soon. And I've long-term been very bullish and made all sorts of wild predictions about the price that Dow's going to get to. And it's always got there. But I'm looking at it, 32,000 max in the short term, in the next 3 to 4 years. And the interesting setup, though, is that the market's been incredibly strong because of QE, and it's been going sideways because of QT, quantitative tightening. Well, that's meant to end in September. So it might as well have ended now, really, for all intents and purposes. And the other thing is QT and the American Fed getting its balance sheet back down has come from selling down mortgages. Now, that has put a lid on prices. And a lot of private investors and a lot of people in general, a lot of companies as well, have been looking to put their money into property rather than into equity. So with a cap on property prices, particularly the private investors will be looking to put their money somewhere, and that could well be equity. So that could be a lift to the process. But 40,000 is quite a long way from here. And I would say it's possible, but I mean, you're looking at more than 5 years from now, not overnight. I mean, going over 30,000 is possible because we're in a very, very clear trend, which is the QT trend, which has been sideways now for nearly 2 years. And we are actually at the top of that trend. So you would kind of expect it to pull back. But with QT ending, you could get a breakout. So a breakout to 40,000, oh dear, that's a big ask. A breakout into the early 30s, much easier.
Understood. Right, a few words on Bitcoin. Anything to report this week?
Well, it's fighting over 10,000 to stay above it. And it's gone down to really almost the bottom of the 9,000s, which is quite a surprise. The actual range of Bitcoin and this kind of equilibrium point can't really call it equilibrium the way it's gyrating. But as far as from a technical analysis position, it has reached a peak and is now sideways trading. That is so violent, it's very difficult to see what's going to happen next. It's only really two calls to make. Is it going above 20,000, or was this an echo from the boom of 2007? And commodities do have that. So you'll get a massive spike, saying gold in 1970 or whatever, and then you'll get lesser spikes every few years, but they're never quite as good as the original one. And that is one way to look at Bitcoin. This is just an echo of the original bubble, but I don't think it is. I think we're going to 20,000. It will probably need something to happen to create that, and that will come out of China or Iran.
On that note, we've run out of time. That's Clem Chambers from Investor Hub. Thank you, Clem.
Thanks.